Hey everyone, I'm Audius Wolf, and welcome back to Final Fantasy. Now, you might notice that the little quest corner up here looks a little bit different. That's because I did something stupid. I bought a level skip for Astrologian, because Astrologian is actually my favorite healing class. But what I didn't realize is that it would get me through the entire healing role quest for Shadowbringers. So I'm actually doing this in New Game Plus, which is why we are starting with the healer role quest. Because I did something dumb. And as you can see, I cannot obtain any rewards in New Game Plus, but that's okay. Just drinking whatever that is, okay. Don't you know better than to sneak up on a dwarf mid-flagon? Not even a proper greeting, neither. Look here. Lally-ho! Name's Giot. Lally-ho! See, now that's a greeting. Lally-ho's aside, just who are you anyway? I dare say I'd remember someone like yourself if we'd ever met. You're from the same strange land as the Crystal Exarch, you say? Well, well, well. He's an odd sort, the Exarch is. He knows things, right? And he's got some sort of mystical power. Don't suppose you're the same, are you? Because I could use someone with power the likes of which this world has never known. I'm hunting sin eaters, you see. Well, one in particular. A healer, not half bad at the job, eh? I like your confidence. And I wish I could take your word for it, just since you sound like just what I'm looking for, but I have to ask you to prove it. There's no need for that. Listen here, the sin eater I hunt ain't your average abomination. You can't blame me for wanting to make sure I'm not leading you to your grave. That would be bad for both of us. So, you get yourself over to the Forest of the Lost Shepherd, and we'll see what you've got. Alright, let's just go here. Where are you, Giot? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Oh, Kaharu, glad you found the place alright. Now for the prey. That'll do. Now just take a deep breath and... Hey, your mother was a hobgoblin and you ain't much to look at neither. Come here and face me, you craven shite. I love Giot. Though Giot lies prone, the creature appears indisposed to cease its rampage. It seems that will have to be dealt with. sure. Hold on. There we go. Now I'm not standing on their heads. Huh. See, that wasn't so bad. I reckon I broke through some ribs and at least one femur there, but my bones feel just fine now. Better than before, actually. And that beast gave you no trouble. Seems that you're just what I'm looking for after all. We can talk about the rest back at the Crystarium over a drink or three. The folks at the Wandering Stairs know how to keep him coming. Meet me there. I love P-Hop. Here we are. Yep. No fence can stop me. Haha. There yet? Yep. Oh, come on. There we go. Hello, Giat. Yep, still drinking. There ain't nothing like a flag in a veil after a well-earned victory. Did you hit your head? Oh yes, and hard. That beast gave me a trouncing. Really exceeded my expectations, as did you. Whatever you want to call what we just did, doing it helped us understand each other and helped us understand each other, sure enough. I've seen that you're a masterful fighter, and you learned that I'm fearless as the stone. And so a fellowship is forged. Now that I'm sure you won't get yourself killed, I can tell you about the sin eater I'm after. It's one of the so-called Cardinal virtues. So frozen, and it's a nasty piece of work. Each of the virtues looks like one of the fools who brought the flood upon us. But this one takes after the worst of the bunch. Lamet, disgrace to all dwarven kind. Knowing that one of our own people was a warrior of light is bad enough. But Self-Rosen being out there, looking all dwarf-like, well, it don't help matters. A cursed thing. The Council of Elders, they don't want to live with the shame of Lamet's sins no more. So, the head of the council, the elder-most elder, stay with me here, gave me this job. Hunt down Self-Rosen, slay it. See that it don't keep sullying our good name. I'm a strongest warrior, so if anyone's going to do it, it has to be me. That's fine, I'm more than up for a contest of might. The problem I'm having, though, is that Self-Rosen keeps healing itself, and it's, well, deeply annoying. I suppose it's because Lamet herself was some kind of master of the art, but Self-Rosen's healing is so powerful that no matter how hard I whack it, I can't leave a scratch. To make matters worse, it also flies around, carefree as you please, resurrecting other sin eaters. We'll be up to our eyeballs in forever if we can't do something about those curative powers. That's where you come in, right? Yes? Great. With those skills of yours at hand, we'll find a way to put an end to the state of my people's history once and for all. You might not have heard, but the tales say that the Mage roamed the land without her helm. She willingly showed her face to those who weren't kin. She knew full well that it would dishonor her and us all, but she did it anyway. And then there's the part about bringing doom upon all the world. Not one of our taboos really, but it's generally frowned upon. And now she's back, face bare to the world. A sin eater. What could make a dwarf go so wrong? But we have ale to drink and sinews to hunt. In that order. You healed my body enough, sure enough, but I'll need a few more flagons to restore my vigor. And by a few, I mean about 100. Come and find me later. I love Kiet so much. Yep, you're drinking again. And who are you? You looking at me? You got something to say? Got you, eh? Of course I remember my new partner. And I ain't drunk neither. Like, I'm a dwarf. It'll take more than, well, however much I had to get me under the table. And now you know one more thing about me. This will only strengthen our fellowship, I'm sure. But we'll need more in a sense of camaraderie if we're to take down Soft Rosen. So I'm thinking we should start with observation. Get you a look at its healing powers. Let you see what we're dealing with. Now, this is the perfect place to overhear the right sort of information if you listen. Don't get the wrong idea. I don't let it get in the way of no important drinking, but I do pay attention. Anyway, what I heard is that Soft Rosen's been spotted in Colusia. Then I remembered. This little pub over in Stilltide. The Leaky Keel it's called, and they make a decent brew. Some of the folks there should be able to point us in the right direction. Excuse you, Cardinal? And you're drinking again. And just what are you looking at? Stop it. Fine, fine. No need to give me that murderous stare. I know what you're thinking. That Gia, you think to yourself, always drinking and lounging about and drinking some more. What a sluggard. What a drunkard. What a magnificent beard. Oh, I wish I had a beard like that. Yes, I know. You don't need to explain yourself to me. We really should work on finding you a sense of humor. Maybe deal with that after Soft Rosen. It might take a while. Anyway, you'll be happy to hear that while I was waiting, I got my hands on some prime information. Also some excellent wine, information first. Right, so according to the local fisher folk, quite a few sinews have turned up near Brightcliff lately. I suggest we go there and kill as many as we can find. We can't say for sure we're so frozen up here next, but it's in the area. It won't pass up a chance to revive its fallen friends, right? And while we're at it, you can vent some of that pent-up rage you've got. Don't need to be pretty, so long as it gets the job done. Just make sure to find me again before Soft Rosen shows up, you hear? Woohoo! Ah, here we are. There you are. Whoops. Come on. on, get. Shoot. Okay. To the next destination. Away. There it is. Shoot. Go on. Nope. That's not what I needed you there, but over, I guess. Alright, where's Giot? Giot. There you are. That should do it. Now we wait and see if Soft Rosen shows itself. Over in those bushes, say, and I've got the wine right here. You still got the wine? There she is. There, that's it. See, it revived the other one. Hey, what's wrong? Ah, this is a terrible time for the echo to kick in. What a lonely place to die. The world outside is even worse than I feared. Is someone there? You're alive? Well, why didn't you say so? I can't do much for the dead, but the living, that's a whole other matter. I can't believe it. All of my wounds healed. Thank you, kind stranger. You sure are lucky that I passed by. You really might have died, you know? You'll hear no argument from me. I was a fool. The thought that the hobgoblin I was after might have had friends lying in wait never so much crossed my mind. I shouldn't have been out here alone. With your magic to keep me fighting, the numbers wouldn't pose such a problem. What say you? You don't look like you have a party of your own yet, and I could certainly use a man like you on my side. What? I am no man, you unripened gourd. Why, I've never been so insulted in all my life. Let me tell you what's what. I'm Lamette, proud daughter of the Thole family, and if I catch you mocking me again, I'll put you right back the way I found you, you hear? Yes, ma'am. I certainly didn't mean to offend. The beard misled me, you see. And that's that. a cardboard treasure. You certainly look the hero. Now let's see you act like one. Hello? Karu? Hey you, honorless, loud, half-empty flag and pointy-headed tongue sniffer. Your mother was a hob and your face looks like a newborn SARS. That was colorful. Straight face as always. A refreshing round of insults always cheers me up. But I'm starting to wonder if you have as much trouble with fun as you do with jokes. Are you sure your mother ain't a hob? Fine, never mind. At least we got what we came for. And you didn't miss much. After froze and brought the other eater back to life, they both floated off to who knows where. But what happened to you? You know Frozen. No, the real limit's passed? I knew you had some kind of weird power. Sounds to me like what you witnessed was the beginning of Limit's journey, right after she left home. It's odd. You said she was wearing her helm, and she helped out that injured traveler just like any dwarf of honor would do. Maybe she wasn't born a monster, but then... It don't sit right with me neither. But standing around wondering about it won't do anything but make us thirsty. We're done here, so let's go back to the Crystarium. Okay. Back to the Crystarium. Where is my Crystarium teleport? There it is. Run, Gaharu, run! Here we are. There's nothing like a flagon of ale after a job well done. Don't give me that look. I did stuff this time. You saw. And you also saw how Frozen work its magic. But since you haven't said nothing about it yet, I'm guessing you didn't have no sudden revelations about how to stop it. Don't worry, I didn't expect you to solve my whole problem just like that. I only need you to remember what you saw today. Keep it in your mind. Then maybe something will come to you when you're working your magic elsewhere. Me, I like to think that while I drink, it's the most efficient way, so you can find me here if you need. I'll let you know when I have a plan. Lally ho, looks like you've been training hard. In fact, your muscles are so much bigger. It's almost like there's 3 of you. Yes, I'm joking, as you know, but you do seem stronger. I don't suppose you came up with a clever plan for stopping Frozen while you're at it? Nope. Don't worry, I have another test in mind that'll get us some more information. Then we'll be able to set to think of something. We'll be killing sin eaters again, but this time you're healing them. Well, trying to anyhow. I don't expect it to work. Sin eaters ain't like us, or like any sort of normal creature. But by seeing your healing magic fail to heal him, we should learn why it won't work. And then maybe we can figure out what's so different about Frozen. I've heard from folks passing through that stray sin eaters find their way to Amarang pretty often. Meet me in Mordsuk and be ready for carnage. Off we go. Okay, where is Giat? There you are. Yeah, you're still drinking. You know, I heard that the liquor here ain't fit to drink, but it's not half bad. Gets the job done with a real kick. Oh, I know what you're thinking. That Giat, always downing one ale or another, you think to yourself. And so good at it too. I'm uncontrollably jealous. I just can't take it anymore. And you quietly weep on the inside. I'm sympathetic. I am, but my drinking is important. No, indispensable. Dwarves get fiercer the more they drink. Really fuels the fire within. I can see you don't believe me. Fine, you leave me no choice. I'll show you. Go ahead and dice some sinews in the time it... I'll go on ahead and dice some sinews in the time it takes you to finish off this moored swill here. Just gulp that down and come find me, southeast of here. You'll see. Okay. A half-finished bottle of alcohol, apparently purchased by Giat, sits on the mat. The local concoction within is a deep brown, and from it wafts a stench that can only be described as atrocious. Yeah, let's drink it! You hold your nose and gulp down the remaining liquid. At first, you taste only pure Kyurgen's alcohol, but then you note the aftertaste. It's the flavor of slightly more potable alcohol, with a hint of feet. Amazing! You finish! Not all of non-Mord's customers, only you and Dwarf ever drink so much. Okay. I guess. Alright, where did Giat go? Giat? There's Giat. See, your average senator is no match for me. Not with the power of tradition and alcohol on my side. As a matter of fact, I put down another before I got around to this one here, but, I did the job a bit too well. Really mangled the thing. It was pretty gross, flattened in all the wrong places with bits poking out and the like, so I got it out of here. Anyway, you get the idea. I drink a lot, I kill stuff. You have to admit, it's an effective strategy. And now that we've got our senator patient, you can try out your healing on it. Go on. Oh, no, I gotta do it this way. Come on. As we thought, nothing. Did you figure out the why of it? I think it was never really alive to begin with. You're right on that one. Seniors may look like people or beasts, but it's like they're just pretending. They're not truly alive. Only the light drives them, keeps them going like winding an automaton. And healing magic ain't meant for restoring life to something that didn't have none to begin with. But if Soft Frozen's power ain't like the healing magic we know, what is it? I also wondered why it didn't come and revive this one. Is it just too far away to take notice? Then again, I never heard tell of it appearing at Hominster Switch neither. And so many seniors got killed there, you'd think it would take note eventually. So why only resurrect some Sin-Eaters and not others? This is all too much thinking, not enough drinking. To the Crystarium! Teleport back to the Crystarium again. Spot on. It's just a confirmation call for something tomorrow. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Anyway, Gia, hello. The mort stuff's alright, but this here is fine ale. At least that's what my body tells me, and I always listen. That's how I keep my muscles primed and my spirits high. Speaking of, would it kill you to relax a little? Being so serious all the time can't be good for you, and the silent staring just makes you seem morose. We won't kill Soft Frozen any faster for not drinking, that's for sure. Nothing comes easy for the two sober folk. And that's why I need a few more in me before I can really get to work figuring out why Soft Frozen does what it does. I keep feeling like I'm missing something obvious, but... Yep, still drinking. Lally-ho, I'd ask you if you're here for a drink, but I know you ain't. You got that serious look about you, as usual. I've got my usual here too. My 5th round of it, in fact. Ha! Why so few, you ask? Well, I stepped away for a while to do some research, but that Morin bloke kicked me right out of the cabinet of curiosity, and then banned me for life. Spilled just a wee bit of meat on the books, and he chases you out with the fury of 1,000 floods. That man could use a drink if you ask me. What's that? What's the glare for? Don't tell me you're siding with him over me. We're supposed to be partners. And after I worked so hard to find us new information on Soft Frozen, drank so much, sat with those dusty tomes until not one but both my buttocks went numb. Oh my god. Yeah, that sounds like you. I know, ain't I great? And I have the most magnificent beard. Anyhow, I did get some new information from a reliable source, a drinking buddy of mine. Soft Frozen was recently seen in the Rockatico Greatwood. If we do some of our signature Sin Eater slaying in the forest, there's a chance we'll get to draw it out. I figure that sitting around thinking is getting us nowhere, and research can only take us so far, so why not? Maybe fighting it together will teach us something we couldn't learn otherwise. We can't kill it, but the two of us should be more than capable of getting a few whacks in and making an escape. I fought it before and come away fine. Mostly. So, that's the plan. Meet me at Slitherbow. Then we go up pummeling. Slitherbow, not Slitherbow. Why do I keep calling it Slitherbow? It's Slitherbow. Alright. Where is you? There it is. Yeah, you're still drinking. There you are. I didn't mention it earlier, but I've been here looking for Soft Frozen before. I know most everyone in Slitherbow, actually. Sure, they seem odd at first. They seem an odd lot at first, but what with worshipping the darkness and all. But once you get to know them, share a few drinks, they're not bad folks. Make a fine wine, too. Shame you can't get it anywhere else. Anyhow, they've been helping me out for a while, and while I enjoy the local spirits. Seems that Soft Frozen's shown itself in the blind forest of Yimasha, east of here. Let's get out there and slay a few Sin Eaters. like we did before. See if that brings it up. Brings it to us. Right. Yep, I'm going. Yes, this is indeed the correct direction to go. Here we go. Alright, let's get you guys down. Nope. Ha, you missed. Go down. Oops. Here we go. That doesn't help me either. Oh, that will do. Come on, go down. Ooh, what a crown. Perfect. Nope. Bye-bye. Alright, where is Giat? Shouldn't be too far away. Ooh, I know what this is, yes. Right, that looks good. Well, not good, but you take my meaning. Now we sell it and hope that Soft Rosen's feeling charitable today. I'm not going the very easy route. I'm doing it the normal route. Leave me alone. Where is it? I'm nearly out of wine. Oh, there. Don't forget, we still need to find out how it does what it does, so make sure you're watching, not just walloping. Watch closely. Wait for it. There! Why doesn't it fix the other one, though? Well, makes our lives easier, I guess. Charge! This on, yeah? Yeah, this. Celestial Optician. That's you. I need to hold you. Divide and conquer, got it. got you. Did we do it? I think the answer to that would be no. Of course not. Healing magic is so annoying. No offense intended. Kaharu? Oh, not again. So, this is the Guardian. You excited, Lamet? Yes, of course. I've come this far and I will claim the legacy of Ronka. Follow your lead, Lamet. Okay, let's go. Brenda? Yeah, soon I can do that. There you go. And now I take my revenge. I need friends. Thank you. I got you. What are you doing? Go, Brenda, go! Thank you. Got you. Oh, thank you. It's very nice of you. Got him. Everyone all right? All's well. Now, let's get what we came for. The lost restorative magic of Ronka. Twitch, no, why are you like this? Can you sense the power in it? Yes, there can be no mistake, Silva. This is it, and my only path is forward. Wise Guardian, in the name of the Royal House of Ronka, I implore you, grant me your knowledge. Lament! I did it. The spell is mine at long last. I can save my sister. And you will. We'll meet up with Brandon and Elbert, and then we'll see you home. Hey, Oshi of inferior beardliness, Eggface! Oh, daughter, get it together for stone's sake! I love Giat so much. Saying into the past is a nice trick and all, but could you maybe, oh, I don't know, wait until we're not in mortal peril next time? Driving Soft Frozen away without pulverizing you in the bargain was no mean feat. If I weren't, well, me, we'd both be dead right about now. I hope you learned something worth the trouble, at least. So, Lament was after a spell from old Veronica. That could be the secret of Soft Frozen's power, but it's hard to know for sure. Whatever Lament did to pry those secrets out of the ruins was right complicated by the sound of it, and she took the power with her. We need to think on how we can confirm what you saw. Maybe find out what that magic actually does. Yes, over a nice mug of ale. No, mead. No. Ale first, then mead. I love Giat so much. How was that? Run, 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 run. Upstairs, and there's Giat. Nothing goes down so well after a fight than ale. Ain't no higher truth in this world than that. Don't give me those, oh there goes Giat, waxing philosophical about the ale again, eyes. I'm doing this for your own good. It's plain that you never had a proper education. It's like this. You pick the right booze for the right job. You've got your ale for before and after physical fights, of course, but you've also got mead for reading, wine for singing, and your hard liquor for those times when you need to tell some hob son to go stick his head in the forge. Me, I'll be switching to the mead. I'm thinking I might find something about what happened to Lamette's sister if I look through my village's old annals. And hopefully I can get my hands on some historical records of Ronka, Morin be damned. I don't know what you'll be getting yourself into while I'm at it, but you make sure to bring the right drink for the job. I'll let you know when I've got something worth pursuing. Yep, still drinking. There you are. I need less mead. You heard me. Less, but more ale. Much more. Wait, you ain't the waitress. Oh, I know you want to say something, but you won't. You think that'll just encourage me. Well, maybe that's what I want you to think. Or maybe, you know that's what I want you to think. All this time I thought I was annoying you, but actually, Nah, can't be. All of this rubbish about lost civilizations must be getting to me. I've read a dozen histories, and I still don't know nothing about that magic of Lamette's. What I did find, though, is where she would have gone if she wanted to see her sister, and it's in Tamra. So, what do you say? Come visit my home. I'll be waiting for you when you get there. Away we go. Yes. I may have forgotten to tell Kaharu how to get here. That's unfortunate. Come to think of it, I ain't sure she can get here. The tunnel's only for dwarves and... Kaharu? Where'd you come from? Oh, it was you folks that got the ladder moving? Huh. I can't believe you managed that. And didn't even tell me. Just when you think you know a person. Yes, that's a joke. Anyhow, the place I want to show you is just over there. Follow me. Just over where? Oh, here we are. Whee! Nothing to worry about. This monstrosity came flying at my face, rudely I might add, while I unsealed the old tunnels. But everything's under control. As you can see, I give it an old-fashioned dwarven decking. Old tunnels? Yeah, they're the reason why I brought you here. I can't say I was expecting a nasty welcome, but maybe I should have. Let me explain. We don't use it no more, but before the flood, dwarves lived in this place. Only the sick ones mind. In those days, there was an illness called stone blight. Turned your skin to stone bit by bit, and it was just a matter of time. A few months or a few years, until you were petrified completely. No one knew where it came from, but they did know that it was contagious, and so they locked them all up. Here in the Blight Warrens. They needed to keep it from spreading because there was no cure, not back then. Lamet, was it not enough to leave without permission, or to return unbidden, bringing these strangers into our home? You knew full well that entering the Blight Wardens is forbidden. How many of our traditions must you trample before you're satisfied? If you so refuse to respect your heritage, you have no place here. As head of the council, I hereby banish you. You're no longer a dwarf. Be gone and never return. Be gone! Have you lost your wits? Lamet just cured your people. Her sister and all the others. She left your village to find a way to save them, and she did. She did what no one else would. Your words have no weight here, outsider. This is a dwarven matter. Silence! Silence! I will not be silent. You have no idea what Lamette has been through. That's enough, Artbert. Whatever my reasons, I did break our laws, and I did so knowing that this would be the result. I will accept my punishment. I leave my dwarven pride behind today. Lament. If Lament is leaving, so am I. You probably didn't think much of us after you shoved us in there to die, but it was awfully hard to breathe. We all took our helms off. If Lamet's going to be banished for breaking our traditions, then I should be too. As the young lady says, none of us is perfect. It ain't right that Lamet should be the only one punished for it, especially seeing as she was saving us. Come on, exiles. We keep our faces plain for all to see and our heads held high. Oh, everyone. Are you sure you're alright with this? We could go back. We could... What, pummel the elders with your axe? I know you're not that fledgling adventurer who got knocked flat by Hobbs anymore. You could probably defeat even our strongest warriors. But forget it. We have more important things to worry about. We still haven't found what caused the illness in the first place. If it really is the Shadowkeeper again, well, you know what we have to do. If this is what it takes to save our world, I will give up my home and more, Artbert. And anyway, it's not all bad. I don't think I really understood before how beautiful it is out here. How nice the wind feels. It is nice, isn't it? And for what it's worth, I'm glad you're here too. Helmet or no. Artbert, thank you. Hey, Hob daughter, ugly. Look, I'm running out of insults here, and I'm starting to feel bad. Just wake up already. Finally. Well, that was harrowing. About as soon as you started doing your thing, that Sinier decided to rise from the dead. Though I suppose that's mostly my own fault for not dealing in an extra blow or two just in case. Anyhow, what did you see? I knew it! I knew that Lamet was the one who cured Stoneblight. It had to have been. She saved all of them, and they exiled her for it. And the head of that council of elders. Oh, sorry, I suppose I wandered off, got caught up in my own thoughts. Actually, can you give me a moment? Or maybe a while. I'm not sure what to think is all. I don't want to keep you from your other work, so see you later. Yacht isn't drinking for once. Hello there, Kaharu. Hey, you hammer-brained imbecile, you meant there was a hobgoblin. Some of that may be accurate, but my mother was most definitely not a hobgoblin. Are you sure you ain't getting her confused with your own mother? Hammer-brained. I never thought I'd see the day you took to friendly insults, partner. That really helped, thanks. I was so busy dwelling on that business with Lamet that I almost forgot the news I had for you about Soft-Frozen. You remember the Sin Eater I killed in the Blight Wardens? Well, while you were gone, Soft-Frozen showed up to revive it. Seeing that convinced me. I mean, you remember how I was wondering why Soft-Frozen didn't revive every Sin Eater we take down, right? Well, we learned from your vision that the dwarves that Lamet cured of Stoneblade went to exile of their own volition. As you can see, the village was spared the worst of the flood, but the folks that left, well, probably weren't, which means... Soft-Frozen is healing the same people Lamet did. Right, it's the only thing that makes sense. Those poor souls couldn't go back to the village, so they got caught in the flood. They became Sin Eaters, and Soft-Frozen is still saving them, even now. And that gave me an idea. As we figured before, Soft-Frozen isn't alive, but Lamet wanted so badly to heal those dwarves that it's still following suit. Like a reflex its body can't forget. The last time Lamet saw those folks she healed, they were helmless, leaving their home for the last time. She probably never forgot the sight of them, and so Soft-Frozen goes around healing helmless dwarves to this day. You see the solution, right? Helms! It's so simple, it's brilliant! It is! Isn't it just? Not as brilliant as my beard, maybe, but few things are. Now, whether clapping the helm onto Soft-Frozen will keep it from healing itself, I can't say. It'll depend on whether the thing sees itself as just another helmless dwarf. It don't seem to have much in the way of self-awareness, so I think it's worth a shot. Fortunately, we don't need to wait to find out. It came around not too long before you did, so if we kill the right sort of Sin Eaters, it should be close to enough to notice. Let's get to it. Alright, let's go hunting Sin Eaters. Whee! This thing makes the weirdest noises. Here we are. I will take this, thank you. Half of gravity. Whoops. No. There you go. Alright. Where am I going? Where am I going? Somewhere in here. Oh, there it is. Go. Beautiful. Gravity. Come on. There we go. And back over to Gia we go. Where are you, Gia? There you are. Right, so we've got our eaters, we've got our helms. And now we wait. Once Soft Frozen shows up, we'll test out a helm on the bait first. That'll also save us from having to kill it over and over. Let's go. This feels familiar. Aha! At last! A bit less toppling over on your part this time, if you please. I mean, I'll try, but I can't control the echo. It does its own thing. Wait for it to be distracted with healing the other one. Then we strike. Now, charge! As I said, we'll try this on the Lizard Eater first. I'll give it a bit of a pummeling, then you put it to sleep with the pose. Got it. I don't have repose in my hotbar though. Gonna have to do this. I don't use repose outside of instances like this, so I don't have it on my hotbar. Dignity, and then benefits on you, have balance. Got it. Woo! Oh, that's amazing. Nope. Have this. Have this. I'm just gonna do this. Pose. Get the helmet on. Yeah! On. Helmet, helmet, helmet. one are we attacking? This one? Got it. Get it! Go, yeah, go! So dumb. Come on. Go, get! Yeah! Gotcha. He's screaming. Yeah, take this. Helios. Come on, go down. Got it. Perfect. Now. Hold still. Ah! Oh, the helmet! Thanks. The helm got it even worse than I did just then, and that was our last one. I hate to say it, but this ain't going as well as I'd hoped. If we had even one more helm, I could try again, but... Wait, we do have one more helm. Just the one! Atta girl. Well, looks like it's time to take this eater down once and for all. Together. That was nice. Me. Draw. Just, okay, you know, I'll just take it. expect benefit. Yeah. There we go. Keep it going. That's not the seal I need. Whoops! You're not gonna give me what I want, are you? Have fun with this, Fiat! Whoop. Ow. I'm trying not to. Take this. Finally. Come on. Almost. Yeah, this. Hey! Let's get that arrow off you. Oh goodness. There you go. Good thing I have 2 shots of that. Come on. Gotcha! Ha! Take that, you pasty bastard! What's that you've got there, Kaharu? Some kind of crystal? Tradition wouldn't have saved her. That's why I left. I left and I traveled. I met Artbert. We found our companions. And together, we searched. Are you her? Lamet? Listen, I called you a disgrace before and... My journey was not an easy one. To save my sister. To save them all. I faced 1,000 foes. I know! I understand now, and I'm so... But as I did, I learned how wide this world is, how beautiful, how cruel, and how much I wanted to protect it. Perhaps it should have been easy for me then, to give up my home forever for a greater cause. It wasn't. It hurt so much. But you bore it. You forgave them. You survived. Yes, it hurt, but I survived. Because they were there. Because he was there. Albert, you stubborn idiot. You sweet boy. You never did understand what you meant to me. Rest well, Lamet. You are the best of us. We did it! I can hardly believe it! This calls for a drink at the Crystarium, don't you think? If that silences you wondering if I want to go home, well, I can't. I showed you my face, didn't I? Broke our rules. So, I'm thinking I'll give Lamette's way a try. Live proud as an exile, just like all the other folks that she saved. Aw, don't make that face. It's something that a little ale won't solve. Back to the Crystarium. Run, run, run. Run, Kaharu, run! Ah, that's the stuff. Can I help you? You're staring. Really staring. Do you know you're doing that? I'm glad you're here, helm or no. What? Are you sure? Because oh, you're joking, aren't you? For a moment there I thought, never mind. Anyway, there's something I've been wanting to tell you. Firstly, well, you've been following along with my crazy plans this whole time, but I never really said how much I appreciate your help with Soft Rosen and Lamette. Thank you. And I think you deserve to know something else too. You know the elder who exiled Lamette? That was my great-grandfather. He's remembered as the greatest warrior of our kind. I always wanted to be just like him. To be strong, honorable, proud of our traditions. But Lamette, she saved so many from their suffering. Astor's might not even be here today if she hadn't cured Stoneblight. And he took away her home. Forever. It's hard to see that as anything other than cruel. Tradition is important, but it's not the only important thing. Kindness, empathy, love. This world and the living, breathing people in it, they matter more. That's what I learned from all the folks I share drinks with, from Lamette, and from you. And I intend to keep learning, here, in this city, with my face plain for all to see and my head held high. So, you know where to find me next time you want to share a drink. I know our job is done, but you always have a place at my side, you hear? And there we go. That is the healer role quest. We still have 3 more to do, so... Since we've done one caster, why not do the other caster? Hello! Yes, hello, you. Yes, you. Hi. Let me guess. You're standing in front of Surig, bounty hunter non-Periel, because you've a mind to aid me in filling the dread oh Lord, my brain. Phronesis Do I have the right of it, or do I have the right of it? You have the right of it. Willing to throw caution to the wind and strike off to do battle with a non-indomitable foe, eh? Why, I've got a feeling the two of us will get along just fine. Allow me to elaborate. Phronesis isn't just your run-of-the-mill stray sin-eater. He's one of the nastiest the realm has seen, formed from the remains of one of those gods-damned warriors of light. There are 4 of them all told, crawled up from the bowels of the deepest hell after being buried for nigh on a century, if the tales are true. People have come to call them the Cardinal virtues. Before he was transformed into a sin-eater, Phronesis was none other than Archmage Nilebert, whose baleful magics fear the realm over. Though it's been only a few short years since he first showed up in Almarang, he's already preyed on far too many innocents with his foul sorcery. Not keen on seeing the trade routes disrupted, the local merchants have placed a healthy bounty on his head. Of course, I'd like nothing more than to fell the fiend single-handedly and claim the entire bounty for myself. Unfortunately, circumstances have dictated that I recruit a companion, and that's where you come in. Provided that you can prove to me you possess a rather specialized set of skills that I require, I promise I'll make it worth your while. Not a bad offer, wouldn't you say? If you fancy yourself up to the task, come find me in Almarang. I mean to set off for there shortly. Ugh! Oh goodness, I sneeze. Oh, I sneeze. Anyway. Away we go. Whew. Goodness gracious. Ugh. Hello. So you came. It's good to see someone who isn't all talk. As fortune would have it, it's another sin-eater, a far less imposing specimen than Phronesis, of course, has been sighted just to the west of here. Prove to me you have the skill to back up your words and we'll talk further. I can do that. I can do that indeed. Where am I going? Over here. Okie doke. Shouldn't be too difficult considering this class is max level. Yeah, this is taking no time at all. Look at that. Nice. Good show, friend. I wasn't sure what to expect from you, but seeing you in battle has left me with little doubt. Seems I've found myself a formidable ally. And so I'll extend the offer in earnest. Help me hunt down Phronesis and we'll split the bounty down the middle. Well, what do you say? That's the spirit. Now, there's more you should know before we proceed. Come with me to Mortsuk, my base of operations, and I'll fill you in on the details. And there's the wall of flood. Yep, that's where the flood of light was halted, right there. Alright, where are you? There you are. Welcome to Mordsuk, friend. As you can see, it's a bustling trade post frequented by merchants from across the realm. At least, it was before Phronesis showed up and started preying on unwitting travelers. Hence the bounty, you see. The lucrative reward has attracted the attention of one capable bounty hunter after the next, yet the fiend still roams free. You can probably imagine why. Those of you who have seen Phronesis and return to tell the tale speak of the great horrors they witnessed. Cavernous black holes materializing out of thin air, swallowing everything around them into the abyss. People have taken to calling them the Hollows. Rumor has it that one barely has time to lay eyes on Phronesis before he summons forth the Hollow, which proceeds to consume everything in sight. And I do mean everything. Just the other day, an entire caravan was devoured by the Hollows, leaving only nothingness behind. Mages have postulated that these holes are literally tears in the fabric of our reality, gateways to other worlds, to put it another way. At any rate, suffice it to say that the next man to come back from the void will be the first. And yet, there's something odd about it all. Witnesses say that Phronesis doesn't seem to go out of his way to prey on people or settlements. He simply shambles across the wastes, summoning hollows one after the next, and the destruction follows as a matter of course. Needless to say, drawing too near to the fiend is tantamount to suicide. Even attacks from afar have been all but futile, and Phronesis simply summons the hollows to consume every incoming arrow. With every conceivable means of attack foiled, even the most savvy bounty hunters have all but thrown up their hands, even though the bounty now stands at some 9 or 10-fold the original amount. I'm of a different mind, however. The way I see it, if only there were a way to neutralize the hollows, we'd more than stand a chance against Phronesis himself. This is why I require your services. Your E's triumph over the Sin Eater spoke clear. You're a mage of no common skill. If anyone has the arcane knowledge and aptitude to help me figure out a way to defend against the hollows, it's you. Don't worry, I fully intend to shoulder my share of the burden, and so I plan to gather all the information we need before asking you to put yourself in harm's way. And with that, I'd best get to work. Once I've formulated a proper plan of attack, we'll talk again. Until then, I suggest you continue to hone your casting skills. The battle that awaits us will not be an easy one. Ah, there you are. And your timing couldn't be better. As luck would have it, a little bird told me that Phronesis was sighted in the vicinity not long ago. Don't you worry, I have no intention of rushing in like a fool. My plan is to shadow the Sin Eater from afar, that we might observe the hollows with our own eyes and formulate a suitable plan of attack. To that end, I procured this mannequin here from a merchant acquaintance of mine at the Crystarium. By setting it on Phronesis' trail, I mean to gauge just how wide of a berth we must keep from the fiend, so as to not be sucked up into the void. Shed no tears for the little fellow, friend. His sacrifice will be the key to our success. And yet, as you can see, he's not quite in the best state of repair. Pray lend me a hand procuring what we need to get him back on his feet. You're a lifesaver, friend. I just spotted a nasty-looking sand syllable lurking about to the east of here. And I do believe one of their tendons should serve well to put some spring back in the little fellow's step. Snag one for me and I'll see to the repairs. Okey-doke. Simple enough. Flap, flap. Oh, there we go. Doo-doo. That barely did any damage. Goodbye. Alright, away we go. Any luck finding that tendon? For my part, I've acquired something that should serve as a makeshift gear. Cost me an arm and a leg, but hey, if it helps us claim that bounty in the end, it'll be more than worth it. There you go. Perfect. Yes, I reckon this is durable and elastic enough to replace the mannequin snap drive belt. I'll fetch my toolbox and get started straight away. In the meantime, why don't you scout us out a suitable lookout point? Phronesis was last sighted just southeast of town. Try to find us a spot on higher ground, out of sight from the main thoroughfare. Okie doke. Away I go. Where am I going? Over here? Over. Sparkles. Yes, sparkles. Good. Sparkles are good. Hello there, friend. As you can see, our clockwork friend is back in tip-top shape. And since it appears you found us the perfect lookout spot, why don't we get down to work? I'll kindle us a fire. We might be here for a while. Well, I'll be. There's the bastard. Look closely now, and hold your gaze. You must witness the sheer horror with your own two eyes. Oh, yep, there it goes. No, we mustn't send out the mannequin too soon. If Phronesis sees it, he may very well blast it to bits before it has a chance to investigate the hollows. And there he goes. I'll send the mannequin in to trail him. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. Just as I expected, gone without a trace. Shed no tears for our little friend. Through his sacrifice, we now know just how much distance we must keep from the hollows to avoid being sucked into the void. Now it's our turn. Let's edge a bit closer and see if we can observe. Mind you, take care not to wander too close, lest you fancy a vacation to a dark, shadowy abyss. It's as if a shadowy whirlwind rages inside, ready to suck anything and everything into the void. I've seen many a horrific sight in my day, but this sends a shiver up the spine. Let me out. It's so dark in here. Why the pale face, friend? You look as if you've seen a ghost. A voice, you say? From inside the hollow. But that's impossible. Is anyone out there? Please help me. Help me get out of here. Over here. Was that a voice? Is someone out there? If you can hear me, please, you must help me. I can't see anything. No roads, no trees, not even an ether current to follow. Which way do I go? How do I get out of this place? This voice. What in the God's name is it saying? The voice of a boy, you say? Claims he's lost inside with no ether current to follow? Sounds like he's adrift in the flow, not unlike what would happen if an etherite to which one was teleporting was destroyed mid-journey. Wait a minute. If there was some way you could channel your ether... What if there was some way you could channel your ether into the void? Might that not allow your etheric form to serve as a beacon of sorts to guide the child back to us? Of course, not that I know how we'd go about that. Don't worry, I got this. You reckon you could do just that? I won't even think of asking you how. Do your damnedest. Follow my current, follow my current. Wicked right. I knew you were no ordinary sinner, but even still you had to find ways to surprise me. Come on. Follow the current. There you go. Where am I? I'll be damned. There was a child inside. A little expedition has left us with more questions than answers, eh? But for now, this boy needs our care. Let us carry him back to Mordsuk and find him a warm bed and some nourishment. My cat has decided he needs to sit in my lap now. The boy's resting now. He is weak, but not wounded, at least as far as I can tell. Needless to say, his presence raises questions. Are there others trapped on the other side of the hollows? If so, might they also be returned to our world alive? There is much we must ask him when he awakens. On another subject, this might be not a question, but have you ever looked after a child before? As a matter of fact. You don't say. Well, in that case, he's all yours. I'm just in front. I can't very well tie you down here forever. Worry not, I'll manage somehow. I suppose the first order of the day should be to get some food in his belly. He does look terribly pale after all. Methinks I'll go hunting for some meat. No, perhaps I should take him to the physician first? After all, he may be suffering from some ailment inscrutable to the eye. Or maybe I should... Damn it all, I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Ah, there you are. You'll be happy to know that the boy is awake and seems to be no worse for the wear. Physically speaking, at least. There's just one rub, you see. He has no recollection of where he came from, or just how he managed to get swallowed up into the void. Dun dun dun! In fact, other than his own name, Tainer, he can't remember much of anything else. He seems a good lad, mind you. Eats my half-hour's cooking with a smile and nary a word of complaint. Yet I reckon he's hurting inside, and badly. We must unite him with his parents with all due speed. I suggested that he go for a stroll around Mortsuk in the hopes that the sights might help to jog his memories. He can't have wandered far. Why don't you go check up on him? Do not tell me. You're the one who rescued me from the flow, yes? I feel you from the same warmth that reached out to me when I was adrift in the ether. Well, I'll be damned. The boy's a sharp one. And that's not the least of it. The carer who examined him said they could feel great power welling up from within him. Despite his young age, Tainer here seems to possess a remarkable command of the magical arts. Perhaps I do, and yet I cannot say. Try as I might, I can recall nothing of who I am or where I came from. Only the darkness. No need for apologies, boy. You did well just to make it back to us. Speaking of which, can you remember anything at all of what you felt when you were adrift in the void? That I remember, or at least I think I do. I recall a vague sensation of someone passing alongside me. Indeed, I believe this is what roused me from my slumber. If the halls truly are a gate between worlds, then that would mean that someone recently traveled from ours to another, or from another to ours, but that's not possible, or is it? You'd be surprised. You know something I don't, friend? Worry not, I won't pry for details. Ah well, no sense in racking our brains over matters beyond our comprehension. Let's concentrate on what we can do, namely finding the boy here a home. No doubt his memories will come back to him in due time. You truly do that? For me? But the two of you have already saved my life. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. It's no burden at all. Besides, if we can figure out just who you are and where you came from, it might lead us to the answers we seek. Now, let's consider the options. One possibility is that you're an orphan, all alone in this world, with not a soul to care for or look after you. And yet, this seems unlikely. Midnight, leave Charlie alone. Yes, the mystical powers you possess say otherwise. If you are truly as skilled in magic as they say, then it stands to reason that someone trained you in the art. Who this master of yours is, and whether you are of their blood or simply received their tutelage, this I cannot say. But either way, I'm certain they're worried sick about you. If that truly is so, I would very much like to meet this person too. That settles it then. Let's get down to business. I took the liberty of inquiring around Mortsuk in the Fusterium. Unfortunately, there have been no reports of missing persons matching Trainer's description. Which means that we have no choice but to take our search elsewhere. I know of a merchant in town whose travels often take him far afield. Let us have a talk with him and see if he's heard any helpful rumors. Rumors of a missing boy, you say? Funny that you ask. It's a long shot, I reckon, but I overheard something the other day that might be of use. On my way to Mortsuk, I stopped over at the inn at Journey's Head. There, I met an ailing mage. As the carriage told it, he'd been ambushed by a Sin Eater and was separated from his child in the battle. Bloody hells, could it be? If the Sin Eater that attacked the poor man was Phronesis, that would explain everything. This man you speak of, he could be my father? We must go to him at once. Agreed. I only hope the man is... No, there's no point in presuming the worst. Let us make for the inn and see what the carriers there can tell us. Woo! Ho there, I hear there's a mage near Carrie who's lost his boy. Well, I do believe we have him right here. I fear there must be some mistake. The boy in question has already been found. This is him, right here. What? So it isn't my father after all? This boy with you, he too has been separated from his family? Just so. We heard that a man here was looking for a son, and we just hoped. Alas, it seems it wasn't meant to be. But there are many people here, yes? Might I ask around and see if any of the others are my family? But of course, yet many of the people here are quite ill and in many cases in considerable pain. It is not a place for a young child to walk around unattended. Indeed it's not. Guess that means either myself or Kaharu here should accompany him. I'll go with him. The walk might help me take my mind off things. Not a bad idea, if the lad doesn't mind. I reckon Taynor would rather be with someone of his own age. Take his mind off things? Speaking of which, how is the boy's father holding up? I fear that the poor man has already departed on his journey. He is a man no longer. The child insisted upon staying by his father's side until the last. I permitted this out of respect for him, though part of me regrets the choice. None so young should have to suffer such horrors. It was some small solace to learn that he has living relatives who reside at the Crystarium. In fact, I was just making preparations to escort him there myself. Oh, I lost my straw. Ah! I see. Reckon we should also find someone to look after Taynor as well. Don't get me wrong, friend. I haven't given up on the prospect of finding the boy's family. But we have no other leads, and a deadly Sin Eater is still on the loose. If the lad tags along with us every step of the way, he's far more likely to end up dead or worse than to ever reunite with his family. Here's what I propose. We find someone to watch after Taynor for the time being, get back to the hunt, and gather whatever clues we can about his origins along the way. Very well, but we must see that he is safe. Aye, that goes without saying. Let us have a talk with the proprietor of the Wandering Stairs. He's a kindly enough chap and knows damn near everyone in these parts. With any luck, he'll be able to direct us to a willing and able guardian. Look, I don't like this any more than you do, but it's the best we can do for the boy given our circumstances. At any rate, let's find him and share the news. Don't worry, it's my decision and I intend to take responsibility for it. Alright, where'd he go? Bad news, friend. It seems the two young ones got into a quarrel of sorts and Taner's up and run away. Seems the lad mentioned how he'd come out of one of the hollows. The other boy put two and two together and figured he'd been attacked by a sin eater. Then I said, my dad was attacked by a sin eater, and then he turned into one himself. So I asked, what if he turned into a sin eater too? Taner's face went all white. He kept saying, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" Over and over and over again. I couldn't take it anymore. Before I knew it, I was shouting at him, "Shut up! Just shut up! I bet you're turning into a sin eater already." Why? Why did I say such a mean and nasty thing? Don't be so hard on yourself, lad. You've both had a rough go of it these past few days. Nobody could blame either one of you for feeling a bit on edge. But we must hurry and find Taner before he comes to harm. Let's split up. I'll search to the west and you take the east. And be careful out there. Oh, there he is. I spot him. I see him. I got you, dude. Don't worry. He's okay, don't worry. When I heard the clamor of battle, I feared the worst. But I see that you have everything under control. Are you okay, lad? Forgive me, I don't deserve this kindness. I was just so scared. I was worried about what would become of me if I'd never recovered my memories, and then I started thinking, what if I ended up like that boy's father? What if it's already happening to me? That's one matter you needn't worry yourself with. The carer who examined you told me as such. You suffered no direct wounds. You're in no more danger of turning into a sin eater than Kaharu or me. Is that so? That's good to hear, but I must apologize to that boy. I should have known better than to badger him about such things, especially after what happened to his father. Funny thing that, he was saying the same thing about you. You both have good hearts, lad, and you've been through more than any man should. There's no need to be ashamed of your feelings. There is still so much I do not understand about this world. Why does no one here know of me? Am I doomed to be alone for the rest of my days? Why must it be this way? If only I could remember of something, anything. I'm sick of not knowing who I am. I'm sick of being alone. Now it's your turn, Taner. And do not be disheartened by your last attempt. Even the greatest mages have known failure. Your command of magic is the equal of my own. If I can succeed, there is no reason why you cannot. Free your mind of worry and focus. Thank you, Nalbert. I shall try my best. Wicked White, are you alright, Kaharu? I remember now. I was standing here on these blighted plains, my head hung low in shame. Then Nilebert turned to me with a smile and heartening words. Nilebert, why does that name sound so familiar? I reckon we've much to discuss, but not in this godforsaken place. Let's head back to the inn and see if we can't get to the bottom of this. Woo-hoo! Hello! I can fly! Tainer, are you alright? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have said those nasty things. Forgive me for reacting as I did. I'm fine. In fact, I seem to have recovered some of my memories. Really? That's wonderful. Maybe you won't feel as scared and alone anymore. I'm leaving to go live in the Crystarium with my relatives. Promise me you'll come visit? I mean, after you get your memories back and all, of course. It's a promise. Until next time, my friend. Oh, look at that wave. Bye. I knew that you two would work things out. Now, let us return to Mordsuk. We have more than our share of questions that need answering. Whee! There we are. As I saw it, first you fainted all of a sudden. When you came to, a portion of Tainer's memories had returned. What in the world happened out there? Power to look into the past, eh? And you're certain that what Kaharu described matches up with your recollection of the past? I don't know how to break this to you, lad, but your friend Nilebert that was with you that day, he's no ordinary boy. He's none other than the very man who became Phronesis, one of the gods damned warriors of light. If he was just a young child in your memories, that means that what you saw took place over 100 years ago. Would that it were just a coincidence? Another boy but with the same name. But no, judging from the formidable command of magic, we can only assume it was him. On the way back, I managed to recall some more about Nilebert and myself. We were taken in by a group of mages, a consortium of sorts. They were searching for a means to open a hole to another world, and were recruiting young children with high magical aptitude for the task. Nilebert and myself were the two they chose. You can't be serious! And yet, that would explain the Sinier's ability to summon those damned hollows. And if you possess the same knowledge and training as Nilebert did, it could also explain why you were able to survive in there all that time. But what I don't understand is, why haven't you aged at all? I cannot say for sure, and yet my memories, they're slowly coming back to me. In time, I may be able to help you find a way to close the hollows. You'd be a lifesaver if you could, but don't overburden yourself. You're still recovering after all. In the meantime, don't worry. Kaharu and I will see that you're safe. I thought Tainer was just a victim of the Sin Eater. To think he was actually friends with the man himself? Back when he was still a man. This can't be simple coincidence. Yes, I'm convinced of it now. The child holds the key to defeating Phronesis. We must keep him safe and not let him out of our sight. Besides, look at how hard he's trying to recover his memories. I'm not so heartless as to kick the poor lad aside before he's figured matters out. But we can't very well rush things. You and I will continue to prepare for the battle ahead while waiting for the rest of Tainer's memories to come back to him. That is to say, if it's alright with you, lad. I'm so sorry. I couldn't possibly burden you any further. Look, lad, I've only known you for a short while, but I can tell you you've a good heart and a good head on your shoulders. I can only begin to imagine the horrors you've been through, not to mention the fears and uncertainty you face even now. But I want you to promise me this. No more apologies. You're no burden to us, not in the least. You're a valuable member of our band, and as long as you're willing, I want you with us. Isn't that right, Kaharu? I see. Thank you, Surig. Thank you, Kaharu. I will aid your quest in whatever way I can. Now that's more like it. We're counting on you, lad. Okay, we will continue this in a moment. I am out of my drink, and I really need to go get a refill. I will be back momentarily. Okay, I have drink. We can continue. Good news, friend. Tainer here has told me that his memories are starting to come back to him. There's one recollection in particular he says he's eager to discuss with the two of us. Tell us, lad. What is it? As time goes by, memories of my earlier days return to me piece by piece. Nalbert and I were born to members of a great consortium of mages. From our earliest years, we were tutored in the magical arts by some of the realm's greatest scholars. The consortium's leaders sought to find a way to open a hole in time and space, a portal to another world from which they could summon forth beasts of great power. Nalbert and I were chosen to participate in the research. Basically, Void sent, as per usual. Summoning great beasts from beyond our world? You're a mage, Kaharu. Is that even possible? Perhaps he speaks of void sense? Void sense? Never heard of them, but I'll take that answer as a yes. Mages come up with the damnedest ideas, eh? And yet, I don't understand. Why ever would they use two young boys for such a dangerous experiment? The beasts our master sought to summon reside in the plains most distant from our own. Reaching across such a great distance requires a tremendous store of innate ethereal power. And so our master set about to breed the perfect mage. Marriages were arranged to wed the mightiest members of the consortium to one another in hopes that they would bring forth children of theretofore unheard of magical aptitude. Finally, they succeeded. And so you were born, and Nilebert. Indeed. From even before we could speak, we were taught the complex incantations required to breach the boundaries between worlds. We practiced these spells day after day, night after night for what seemed an eternity. At long last, we were deemed ready to attempt the summoning. Sadly, the experiment ended in failure. The pull from beyond the rift was too strong to resist, and I was sucked into a hollow of my own creation. There I remained trapped, alone and adrift in that empty void, until Kaharu called me back to this world. Alas, over a century had passed since that fateful day. That's the one thing I still don't understand. If so many years have truly passed, why is it that you have not aged even a whit? I cannot say for certain, but I remember the words of one of my teachers. The rift is not unlike a border between countless worlds, a place that exists beyond time and space. If it is true that the rift exists outside of our concept of time, then it is all too possible that even seconds spent in that empty pocket could correspond to months, years, or decades in our world. And so you've returned to us just as you were that day, even well over a century has passed for the rest of us. But why didn't Nilebert save you? Shouldn't it have been as simple as opening up another portal to the void where you were trapped? I fear that would be close to impossible. Opening a portal and reaching in as far into the rift as we did required all of our energies to be focused in unison. Midnight, leave Charlie alone. So, in losing you, not only did Nilebert lose his friend, he lost his only chance at saving you. Talk about being dealt a rough hand. Fear not, I have good news to share as well. I do believe I've managed to recall the incantations needed to summon and manipulate the hollows. Summoning beasts from beyond the rift is far beyond my powers, but I just might be able to seal up the hollows for Phronesis so enjoys summoning. What say you, friends? Shall I give it a try? Oh, now that's music to my ears. But let's not be too hasty. After all, the last time he tried to use this magic, there were some complications, to say the least. Yes, we must take the necessary precautions before confronting Phronesis in earnest. Let us meet outside the village, where Tainer can test out his magic safe from harm. Some complications, you don't say. You don't say. Oh, yes. Let's go. wicked white. You did it, lad. Nope, it's gone. Sadly, I have not the strength to reach further beyond, nor keep the portal open for more than a few moments. No, I will need further training before I can face. Uh-oh. Phronesis, where in the hell did that bastard come from? Damn it all, I'm too close. I can feel it pulling me in. Uh-oh. No, Malbert, these are my friends. You mustn't hurt them. This isn't good. The cave-in's completely sealed off the tunnel behind us. We've no recourse but to press on without our companions. You heard her. What'll it be? I suppose it falls to us to slay the beast and collect the bounty. Perhaps you and your bad would care to take the lead. Spare me your japes. You have no intention of giving up your prize. Mind you, I too made a promise to my companions. A promise I mean to keep. I told you that splitting up was a bad idea. If Brendan and Render Ray were here, the second-rate spellcaster would be no match for us. Come now, Silva. Let's not forget who our true foe is here. Lamet, you're certain that if we slay this monstrosity, the cave-ins will cease? According to the miners, the beast was first sighted on the same day as the tremors began. Its very presence sucking the mountain dry of its ether. We dwarves know these caves as well as we know our own bodies. Trust me. Then I suppose we best make short work of it before everything comes crashing down. Hey, where do you think you're going? My apologies. I took your ceaseless prattling as an invitation to proceed on my own. You think yourself clever, do you? You've uncommon confidence to think you can fell the beast without aid. Answer me this. Why is it you're so intent on claiming the bounty for your own? The bounty? Why indeed. At any rate, unless you have a mind to stand around here while we all get crushed, we'd best be moving on, yes? Finally, something we can agree on. And so, I have a proposal. What say we band together until a battle here is won? The tremors are stronger. No doubt a cave-in is imminent. Let us vanquish the enemy with our combined strength and quit this place before it becomes our tomb. Until the battle is won, then. After that, I go my own way. Woo! Now it's fire. Ice. Back to fire. I remember how Black Snake works. Let's go. Sandworms! Sandworms! More. Let's switch to ice. I'll just switch to ice now, why not? Yep. Yeah, with all the cave-ins, I think a map would be useless, Ardbert. Oh, that thing's interesting. Come on. Let's switch to ice. Ow! Rude. Excuse you? That was just rude. Thanks, Silva. Ah, here we are. I'm doing the best I can. Got one. There you go. Thunder on you. speed limit? Almost. Blizzard. Thunder. I said thunder, not rocks. Yep. Almost. Almost there. Nice. Blizzard. Thunder. Blizzard. I got it. Gotcha. We've done it. Now to find ourselves a way out. The tremors continue? But why? The fiend has been vanquished and is either returned to the mountain. We were wrong. No, it was not the creature itself that was causing the quakes. Ah, yes. The crystal courses with nigh inconceivable power. A vast wellspring of ether accumulated over the ages. Yes, the beast was but a hungry creature, drawn here by the stone, as was I. You had no interest in the bounty all along. The stone has been left unchecked for too long. The sheer volume of etheric houses now is so vast and overwhelming it threatens to bring the entire mountain down. For how many years have I searched for it? This precious relic that could afford me the power I needed to save my friend. You mean to take the stone from this place? But then, what would happen to the mountain? If the ether is not returned to the earth, it is but a matter of time until the mine collapses. The miners, those who live at the foot of the mountain, countless lives will be lost. There's no time. What can we do? Tainer, my friend. Damn it. Damn it all! The tremors have stopped. Tainer, pray forgive me. I promise you this. As long as I walk the earth, I shall never, never give up hope. The stone was yours to do as you pleased, and you still chose the fate of the many over that of your friend. In return for your sacrifice, I would make you an offer. Come with us, and let us join you in your search for a means to save your comrade. The life of an adventurer isn't an easy one, but I dare say you strike me as the sort who just might enjoy it. So, what say you? We'll travel the realm together and lend our strength to whatever unfortunate souls we encounter along the way. And who knows, before you know it, we may just stumble upon a way to rescue your tainer. I would like that very much. Tainer, forgive me. I may have failed you today, but mark my words. For as long as I walk this land, I will not abandon hope. I will find a way to bring you back to us. But today I find myself in the company of new companions, and for now, I must lend them my strength, just as they lent theirs to me. Kaharu, are you alright? Alright, where did he go? Worry not, for Nocius is long gone. I launched a few arrows in his direction while I was distracted by Tainer's spell, and it just stole away. Anyhow, I'm just glad you're awake and on your feet again. Come now, let's hurry back to Mordsuk before the bastard has a change of heart and comes back for us. Ooh, dragon. Here we are. You really gave us a scare back there, clutching your head in pain with this deadly sin eater in plain sight. Let me guess, you had another one of your visions, didn't you? White take me. So that's how Nilbert and Arbert met up. Just goes to shows you that in times of crisis, even the bitterest of rivals can turn fast friends. Now, let's see if I have this straight. Nilbert made it his life's mission to save Tainer here. Knowing that his own energies wouldn't suffice, he went in search of a relic that would afford him the etheric power needed to reach beyond this world. And deep in the mines that day, he found it. Yet in the end, he decided to sacrifice the stone and his own cause to save the lives of countless innocents who called the mountain home. And so did he take his first step down the path of a hero, a warrior of light. So that's why he came back to this place. Why he still summons the Hollows as he did so many years ago. Aye, there can be no doubting it. Even now that he's become a Sin Eater, bereft of memory, reason, and any sense of his own actions, the ghastly shell of what was once Nilbert still haunts the wasteland, searching for a way to bring back his old friend. I only knew him as a child, and the whole idea of Sin Eaters and Warriors of Light, it was all so new to me. Even as the pieces came together, I could not truly believe that Nilbert, this Phronesis were one and the same. But when our gazes first met, standing out there in the wastes, in an instant, I knew it without question. That was my friend. A friend who had been searching for me all these years. At last, I know what I must do. I must stop Phronesis, that my dear friend may finally find peace. Together, we can do this. Thank you, my friends. In the battle, I was able to push Phronesis Hollow away from Zurich, if only for a short distance. With more training, I'm certain I can learn to close them up entirely. After all we've already seen from you, I've no reason to doubt you. If you're game, so are we. Finally, some cause for hope, eh? But still, we must exercise caution. The last time the boy worked his magic, our foe showed up faster than you can say Phronesis. While this might be a simple coincidence, the likelihood is high that the casting of the spell itself summoned the Sin Eater to us. You best avoid casting any similar incantations until we're prepared for the final confrontation. I want you to stay close for now. Devote yourself to your studies and hone your skills to whatever degree you can in the safety of the village. In the meantime, Kaharu and I will redouble our training efforts as well. Should we succeed in finding a way to counteract the Hollows, it will come down to our firepower versus our foes. We must be at full strength for the battle, lest we allow victory to slip between our fingers. That look in your eyes. Yes, I can see that you have gained much strength since last we met. You'll be pleased to hear that Tainer has managed to make steady progress in his training as well. The boy believes he has regained much of the knowledge and skill he possessed before getting sucked into that pocket of time and space. An admirable feat considering that it was not long ago that he could scarcely remember his own name. And yet, there is one aspect of his training that has yet to be addressed. Put simply, the boy lacks experience in battle. To work the magic necessary to seal up the Hollows, I must maintain perfect focus and clarity of mind. If the battle with Phronesis is my first, I fear my concentration will be disrupted all too easily. And so I thought I'd take the boy out into the wild so he might acclimate himself to the battlefield and further hone his command of magic in the process. And yet, we must keep a wide berth of all moraine. Were we to encounter Phronesis before we were fully prepared, the results could be disastrous. And so, I propose we go on an excursion of sorts. Would you be willing to accompany us? I believe there's much the boy could learn from your example. Excellent. Then let us make for Lakeland. The beasts in the forest of the Lost Shepherd should provide a fair challenge for the lad. Yes. Good. Okay. Back to Fort Chop. Boop. Oh, goodness. This is my fault. That light up there is now my fault. Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, where did you two go? Where are you two? Come on. Come on out. Ah, there you two are. Whee! Ah, there she is. Now, shall we get down to Is something the matter? How do you like my new clothes, Kaharu? Not only are they stylish, why, I can just feel the power welling up from deep within me. They were a present from Surrey. Isn't he the best? It was a simple investment, nothing more. We must seize every possible advantage if we hope to triumph over our foe. But enough idle chit-chat. We have work to do. Kaharu, I would ask you to begin by setting an example for the boy. Show him precisely how you conduct yourself in battle. We can't very well just toss him to the Wolverines all on his own now, can we? So why don't you get out there and hunt one down for us? Tainer, watch carefully and let Kaharu show you how it's done. Nice try, dude. That was incredible! The sheer destructive power of your spells, the way you seamlessly weaved one incantation after the next. Everything! But tell me, what would you say is the most important thing a mage should keep in mind when doing battle with a fearsome foe? Casting your spells in proper sequence is the key. Ah, but of course. Thank you, Kaharu. I will endeavor to put everything I have learned from you into practice. Well, here goes nothing. Go, Tainer! Trap, where do I... No, that's not. Curses. Just stay still so I can hit you already. Steady now. Don't let the enemy fluster you. Keep your focus. Right. Focus. You're a feisty one, aren't you? Ow, that smarts. Ah, I've seen enough of this. Oh dear, that didn't go nearly as well as I'd hoped. Don't get so down on yourself, lad. I shouldn't have jumped in the way I did. I dare say you were starting to get the hang of it there at the end. I thought it would be simple enough to have to follow Kaharu's lead, but when that savage creature stared me down, I was too flustered to put what I learned into practice. Indeed, it is all the strength of your magic that's the issue. You simply must learn to compose yourself. What did you think, Kaharu? Are there any other words of wisdom you might offer me? Believe in yourself and all will be fine. Thank you. I'm sure you are right. I can't allow my foe to break my concentration like this. Anyhow, let me try once more. This time we'll go better. I promise you. Yes, the boy will be fine. I must stay my hand. I did it! The battle is won! Now that's how you help a Wolverine. Well done, lad. I'm proud I could be here for your first victory. You're far too kind. I couldn't have done it without you and Kaharu here to show me the way. You have my thanks. Don't let up now, boy. You must keep battling until all that you've learned becomes second nature. Now, are you ready? That was rather more difficult than I expected, and yet, thanks to you and Zurich, I feel like I can hold my own on the battlefield now. I'd have to agree. The way you made short work of that last critter, I'd say it's time you find a more worthy foe. Let us return to Mortsuk and plot our next course of action. Yes, let's go! Let's go! You've proven the perfect mentor for the boy, Kaharu. Hells, I dare say old Zurich here could learn a thing or two from you. You've taught him not only how to wield his spells in battle, but how to maintain his focus in the face of danger. With those fundamentals under his belt, it is just a matter of time and practice until he's ready to face Phronesis. I promise you, my friends, I will not let you down. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd best go and write down all I've learned today while it's fresh in my memory. Such passion and determination. This must be the boy he always was, before his time beyond the rift stole him his memories and his spirit. He devotes himself to his training that he might help us fell Phronesis and bring his friend a measure of salvation. There's no telling what course the battle will take, but I suspect the boy will be forced to confront his past head-on. It will not be easy for him, and yet I believe it is a necessary step for him in order to forge himself a new future. For Tainer's sake, and for the sake of those who call Almerang home, we must triumph in this battle. Not to mention for the sake of our coin purses, eh? At any rate, I'll leave you to your training and return to my own. The final confrontation is close at hand, and we must be ready. I got tea! Well, look who's back, and looking more imposing than ever, I might add. You'll be pleased to know that Tainer's command of his magics has advanced by leaps and bounds since you left. Says he's finally convinced he can hold his own against Phronesis. Truth be told, I worry about the boy. As devoted as he is to his training, I can't help but notice a sad, uneasy look in his eyes from time to time. He insists it's nothing, of course, but I remain unconvinced. As a fellow mage, perhaps you could succeed in reaching out to him where I failed. He should be around here somewhere. Go and find him, and see if you can offer him some few words of support, won't you? Come on, Griffin friend, let us overtake her! Oh, hello there, Kaharu. Is there something I can do for you? Zurich was worried about me, you say. That is kind of him. I assure you I'm completely fine. I owe so much to the both of you. You brought me back from beyond the rift, took me under your wing, trained me, and comforted me to the point that my memories and my magic have both returned. I am finally ready to face my old friend in battle, and it is all because of you. And yet, there is a fear growing inside me, a fear that threatens to consume me. In my studies, I have learned much about the Sin Eaters. I learned how those who fall to the most powerful Sin Eaters, like Phronesis, become Sin Eaters themselves, doomed to live out their days as mindless, unholy abominations. If I were to lose my focus in battle, and you or Zurich suffered the same fate as Nilebert, the only three friends I have known in this world, if I lost you all, how could I ever live with myself again? This thought, it shakes me to the very core. If you falter, we will be there for you. You're right. I mustn't forget that I have 2 strong friends at my side to help me shoulder the burden. Thank you, friend. The task is a daunting one, but I will trust in myself, and in the strong and gentle friends who stand by my side. Nothing would make me happier than to help Neilbert find peace, but that is not the only reason I fight this battle. I must repay you and Sir Egg for all you have given me. Not only did the 2 of you bring me back to this world, you have instilled me with a newfound sense of purpose. And yet, when the battle is done, you will leave this place. You will embark on new adventures with new companions. Worry not, I will not hold you back or stand in your way. That is another reason I must fight this battle. I must prove to you, to all 3 of my friends, that I am strong enough to get by on my own. Be strong, Tainer. You can do this. Sorry. Perhaps I got a little carried away there. In any event, we should go tell Sir that I'm ready. Woohoo! You're finally back, I see. I was starting to get worried. I trust this means you're ready to do battle for Phronesis. I am. Let's put an end to this nightmare and set Neilbert and the people of this land free. That's the spirit. Alright, the plan is to lure Phronesis to us by the same method as last time. We'll venture to the central hills of Amber, a safe distance away from the city, and Tainer will summon forth a hollow. It should only be a matter of time before our quarry arrives. I believe our chances are best if we can lure Phronesis to a wide open space, but we will have complete freedom to maneuver. The hills of Amber should suffice. If you're ready, let us away at once. Whee! Oh, I'm going to this other side of the map. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Whee! Sort. Oh. I passed right over them. Whoops. There we are. I am ready. Let us begin. Let's go. Attaboy. Over there. It's him. I didn't make this level. Yes, I knew you would come. Well, I guess we won't be needing this anymore. Good job! You did it! Give it up, Nalbert. My spells are more than a match for your own. These are my friends, and I will not let you take them. Do you hear me, Nilbert? Your long nightmare, and ours, shall end this day. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I'm already going for it. I'm trying! He's shooting them at me! Whoops! I must stay close to you because if you kill me, I'll he's back to attacking! Remember to heal myself! Tighter! Go, Tiger, go! Get away, get away. Do this. Come on. Oh god, what do I do? What do I do with this? Do I just do this? Ah! Ow. Sorry, help. And I need black magic on. Oh god. Black magic on my bar. Too many hollows. Thank you. Oh, I just ran right into him. In. Out. no. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Hold on. I got this. Sort of. Okay, you know what? All three of you just come over here. Just come over here. There you go. Gotcha. Whew. Forgive me, Tanner. Far and wide did I travel with my companions, all the while searching for a way, any way at all, to bring you back to this world. And yet, in the end, it was all in vain. Though I treasured the adventures I had with Arbor and the others, my choice that fateful day forever haunted me. What if I had run off with the stone and used its power to rescue us as I had always intended? What adventures might we have shared? I sunk to the depths of despair and felt myself a wretch for doing so. For by what right do I pity myself, when it was I who consigned you to a far more cruel and tragic fate? Whatever pain, whatever loss I knew is nothing compared to what you suffered, what you still suffer. Abandoned by your only friend, cast adrift in a cold, dark void until the end of time. Yes, no doubt you are still out there beyond the rift, cursing my name to this very day. That's not true, Neilbert. I'm right here. And yet, even if you despise me with every fiber of your being, even still, I would give anything to see you just one last time. You could curse me, revile me, rain fists and magic down upon me. It would all be worth it, just for the chance to say, I am sorry. Stop, Nelbert, please. Stop saying those things. Even after you had your mind, your heart, your very humanity ripped from you, still for all these years, you kept searching for me. How could I ever hate my best friend? Don't you see, old friend? It was Kahar who brought me back to this world, but it was you who guided her to me. You have suffered long enough, my friend. I can take care of myself now. You needn't worry about me no longer. So please, rest peacefully. over. At last. You don't need to explain it to me. I know the Nalbert we saw was just a memory, a reflection from the crystal. That my friend truly passed years and years ago. And yet, even those words never reached Nalbert. Simply saying them aloud gave me a measure of peace. I have no regrets today. But we should be getting back to town before any more sin eaters take notice of us, yes? I'll say, after that battle I could use a rest, and I reckon Kaharu here could use one as well. Shall we head back to Mortsuk? Well, if it isn't the woman of the hour, I'm happy to report that the tales of our triumph are already spreading across town like wildfire. Word has it that the merchants are so grateful they intend to sweeten the bounty with a generous personal reward. My friends, I have no word to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, Nalbert has found peace, and I can finally close the book on this chapter of my past. Every day, I thank the gods for having brought us together. The feeling's mutual, lad. To be honest, I wasn't sure what to expect when you popped out of that hole, but it's been a pleasure having you on our side. So tell me, now that you've made peace with your past, what do you plan to do with your future? You and Kaharu have trained me well, and I'm quite confident that I can hold my own on the battlefield. Perhaps I'll travel the land and see if I might use my abilities to help those in need. If I didn't know better, I'd think those were the words of someone twice your age. If that's truly your intention, then I have something of a plan. First, I'll need Kaharu's your permission. It's just a thought I had, but what if we gave the lion's share of the bounty to Tainer here? I reckon he needs it more than we do, and besides, we couldn't have won the battle without him. But of course. I knew you'd feel the same. It's the least we can do to help the boy forge a path. I keep words. It's the least we can do to help the boy forge a path and a future for himself. My friends, I could never take advantage of your kindness like that. Think nothing of it. It's not easy for a boy your age to make his way in the world. This is the least we can do. Think of it as a parting gift from your brother and sister in arms. Thank you, Suig. Thank you, Kaharu. As long as I live, I will never forget your generosity. Finally, I have one last proposal for you, if you're keen to hear it. There's this bounty hunter I know. He can hold his own with a bow, but he always thought he could take on a bigger marks if he had a skilled mage at his side. If you're looking for a partner, that is. Suig, you cannot possibly mean. Of course I'm saying it. So, what'll it be? Yes, yes, 1,000 times yes. Why, nothing would make me happier. Then I suppose that settles it. Welcome aboard, lad. I've got a feeling that this is only the beginning of a rewarding relationship. And on that note, I do believe a new partner and I are off to the Crystarium to find ourselves a new mark. If it's not too much to ask, why don't you join us there? I still owe you a proper share of the bounty, and I reckon it'd be a good place to say our proper farewells. Boo-boo. Alright, back to the Crystarium we go. stairs. Up more stairs. Oh, he's over here. Ah, Kaharu, glad you could join us. Tina and I just arrived a short while ago ourselves. The boy's keen on starting a new life as a bounty hunter, to say the least. He's got no end of questions, that one, but there's only so much I can teach him. The rest I'll have to learn from experience, and so I intend to do what I can to show him the world, and keep him safe. So don't worry about us. Between my bow and his magics, I reckon we'll be able to hold our own out there. That said, should we ever find ourselves on the trail of a particularly nasty foe, I hope you'll not be averse to lending us your strength once more. Yes, somehow I have a feeling it won't take another 100 years for our paths to cross again. Until then, friend, stay sheltered in the shade. Yay! And we still have the physical DPS and the tank we're also going to do, but that will be done the next time I stream, because I thought we'd be able to get all 4 of these done within the span of one stream, but no, these have taken longer than I thought they would. But next time we will be starting with this boy, doing the physical DPS part of the what is what I'm looking for? Roll quests, that's it. So until then, thank you for everyone who joined me. Thank you for those that were chatting with me as I was going through this. Thank you for those who watched the video afterward, and I will see you all in the next stream. Bye!